So personally, I think that anyone who's looked at the facts of the strike that happened in the Caribbean a few days ago would come to the conclusion that it's totally illegal internationally and domestically, but whatever, what does my opinion matter? Let's listen to Fox News. All right, so they're starting off with a tweet from Ilhan Omar saying that basically she condemns the Trump administration's actions. We have not declared war on Nicaragua or Venezuela. Venezuela is very, kind to Nicaragua, to be honest. Their government is not very good. The mere designation of the group as a terrorist organization does not give the president authority to ignore Congress's clear constitutional authority on matters of war and peace, right? So when can the president intervene in his war powers? It's when there's troops or citizens on the line or a clear threat to national security. That's when they can intervene and they can take swift action. If the action lasts too long, they have to go to Congress to get more approval, right? We declared war on Al-Qaeda. That's why we could do all that kind of stuff. Pretty, it's not really in contention whether this was illegal or not, but I'll let him talk.
Virginia Senator Mark Warner also pushed back today. Let's play him and I'll get you to react.
If they were so sure that these were bad guys with a boat filled with drugs, wouldn't it have been a hell of a lot more convincing if we could have interdicted that boat, shown their faces, shown the drugs, and proven to the world that this was just not an American rogue action?
That's absolutely true there. We should have taken these people captive because for so many reasons, right? These drug running boats, assuming that the Trump administration is correct, that this is a drug running boat, which they have not offered evidence on. They haven't given us anything. Not to say that that won't come out eventually. This drug running boat had 11 people on it. That is abnormally large for a drug running boat. These crews typically are from like 2 to 4 people. What were those 11 people? We need to know. There were Facebook posts about, supposedly some people in Venezuela thought that these people were totally innocent. Now, I don't trust them any more than I trust the Trump administration, right? They could be totally lying. But the point is, no one was at immediate threat from these people. We had no idea if they were going to ship to the United States or not. They could have been shipping other places in South America. They could have been shipping to Europe. Now, supposedly, the Trump administration has information on this. If they did, I'd like them to release it. But, this just makes it worse. We didn't, clearly illegal. Zero threat to a troop, a citizen, or national security. And Nicaragua, by the way, is not even known to have any kind of large transnational drug shipping routes. That's just not what they do. They don't do these big shipments to Europe and the United States. I thought that this was common knowledge, but let's listen to the bald guy.
And should Congress take action?
He's absolutely wrong about the circumstances in this case. This is a terrorist organization, and there's no question what those individuals were doing in that boat. So Virginia deserves better.
I'm sorry for pausing the video, but this word terrorist has become so stupid. A terrorist organization kills civilians to accomplish a political goal. Nicaragua and the cartels, which have been labeled terrorist organizations, are better described as gangs that commit crimes to make money. The difference between Nicaragua and Hamas is just not even close. They just totally different existences. But whatever.
And we've tolerated this as a society. We've tolerated it as a country. We've tolerated it in the hemisphere for too long. This is a definitive action that lets the world know, that lets these organizations know that things are different, and the president is going to protect all of us.
Secretary Rubio.
It probably did scare some drug shipments, but what about the 11 people who died that you didn't capture, you didn't give any kind of due process, that were killed without even the president's war powers authority, right? Congress never voted on this.
They also announced the designation of 2 terrorist groups that operate in Ecuador, calling them vicious animals. How are those groups impacting the U.S. and trouble throughout the region?
Well, it's another organized gang that preys on people, that sends poison into the United States. This designation allows the whole of government to look at them like we are looking at. Again,
from what I know, and I'll double check this just before I post the video because I don't want to be lying to you, but from what I know, Nicaragua and these gangs aren't necessarily these centralized forces that are allowing transnational drug shipments, and they aren't. Nicaragua is very decentralized, so even calling them a terrorist organization is silly. Hamas, on the other hand, is very, very centralized. All their leadership and diplomats live in Qatar in high rises. Like, it couldn't be more different. Trinidad and Tobago doesn't even talk to each other. They're more closer to the Taliban, but they don't have these big shipment routes. So even saying that this is something that we're going after on a centralized basis is also silly.
Train Nicaragua to eradicate them from the United States and take them on in the hemisphere as well.
Rubio says the United States and Mexico are better collaborating to fight illegal drugs and address illegal immigration on both sides of the border. You're the expert. What are the expectations?
Well, the border's never been as safe as it is as we speak right now. Our own military, our own...
I wouldn't be so sure about that. We know that shutting down opportunities for people at the border, like asylum and visas and parole, drives them into the hands of the cartel. Now they're forced to pay the cartel to get smuggled over here, right? If they could have done it legally, they would have. They would have come to a legal port of entry, done it the safe way. Now they're going to do it the unsafe way, where 40% of women are assaulted in that route, and they do that because they want to be smuggled into the United States. They want to leave their home country that badly. Their life must be like that bad, which means that we should be allowing these people in. Basically, is what I'm trying to say.
State Department, Health and Human Services, the Department of Justice, they're all doing a really good job in helping us control and patrol the physical border. Mexico has also deployed troops on their northern border, helping. There's a military-to-military relationship. They're doing more than I've ever seen. A lot more to do, both on the physical border on our side and in that country, but they are leaning in. There's no question about it. The leadership at the White House